Would you support more funding for mental health education, awareness, and treatment in Oklahoma?
Before I get to that question, just really quick, I want to, go back and whenever I was told, I'd voted, on that 30 million takeout for the Department of Health. And now that gets even back to your question, what do we need to be able to do to make sure that Department of Health and then our mentally vulnerable are taken care of? Whenever we took that $30 million out of the CERB account, it was not a bluff. It was something that was, in all actuality, that was fixing to happen and happened within just a few days. The CERB fund replenishes at $10 million a month. We got $30 million because that was what the mismanagement on their part they done. So in order to be able to take care of our seniors, our most vulnerable, and our veterans and everything else, they had to have that money or anything else. Where we're capping it at 120 million and it replenishes it at 10 million a month, we delayed a road project for 3 months. And I mean, for 3 month delay, I am not ever going to jeopardize the most vulnerable. I am not going to make where somebody that has mental incapacities or whatever else not get their medicine. I'm not going to put some of the elderly in the nursing home right now out on the street. And I will take care of our veterans. And that is what I've solely done to be able to do it. It was not about taking money from the CERB or anything else. It was about protecting Oklahoma and being able to move forward, but on a replenishing fund that will be there. And the other part about it is, like I said, I do have a plan to be able to make sure that our county commissioners in our poorer counties are going to have the adequate funding available to them that some of the urban ones do.
Yes, I'm in favor of funding mental health education, awareness, and treatment in the state of Oklahoma. We need to start in schools. School counselors need to be dedicated school counselors. They need to stop being testing coordinators and offering discipline and teaching classes. They need to be right there to help a child when they're sick or hurting. And we can stop a lot of those problems from becoming bigger problems. I don't know where the money's going to come from to help create more programs for mental health. We have a pretty big hole in the Department of Health right now. 200 people lost their jobs, and those 200 people can't automatically be hired back. So that money was moved over to their account because some money was either misspent or misappropriated or hidden. And so I think that's a huge problem. We don't have enough transparency. We don't have enough indicators as to what is happening to the money that is the tax money that is hard-earned dollars that should be managed. So I don't think that county commissioners in this district feel like those funds are getting replenished every month. And I do know that a county commissioner told me this morning that he was told to just not worry about the road plans that are in the remainder of the 5-year plan that they're in, because it's probably not going to happen because of a shortage of funds. So that's what I know to be the truth.
The key words right there, if you picked them up and heard them, was, I don't know where the money comes from. Well, the thing about it is, whenever, like I told you before, whenever I was elected in 2014, we had just fallen off of an economic cliff. We were in a $900 million deficit, a 1.2, and then another $1 billion deficit. We had went back. We had cut agencies as much as we could. Basically, I mean, in a figure of speech, we had looked under every pillow. We had looked under everywhere that we could be able to find money. We were not trying to be able to hurt anybody in any way whenever, even the CERB fund, when we had to use money from that. But the whole thing about it is, I do believe now that we can be able to go back and replenish that and be able to get it replenished. And we did pass legislation to make sure that the top agencies will go under a performance audit every 4 years.